All of you, please sit straight. Close your eyes. Do namaste. Let's begin with the prayer. Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Salutations to all the divine beings here. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru is the creator, Brahma. Guru is the preserver, Vishnu. Guru is the transformer, Maheshwara. Guru is the absolute Lord, who is beyond creation, maintenance, and sustenance. Salutations to such Shri Guru, the most auspicious, who removes the ignorance of this changing world. Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Beginning with Narayana, in between Adi Shankaracharya and up to my own preceptor, I bow down with reverence to the entire tradition of all the preceptors. Beginning with Sadashiva and in between Sri Adi Shankaracharya and up to my own preceptor, I bow down with reverence to the entire tradition of all the preceptors. Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murtihi Puja Moolam Gurur Padam Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam Moksha Moolam Gurur Krupa. The root of the meditation is the form of the Guru. The root of the worship is the feet of the Guru. The root of the mantra is the word of the Guru. The root of the liberation is the grace of the Guru. I bow down with reverence to such Sri Guru. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsavitor Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. The one who is all-pervading, the earth, space, and beyond, that divine light, who is powering the light of the sun. To such divine light, I bow down with reverence. May that divine light bring about awakening within my intellect and help me to realize the truth of this existence. Hari Om, and I welcome all the divine Atmajyotis to today's Bhagavad Gita Satsang. So, before we go into today's Shloka and the stories part, let us begin with Gayatri Dhyana. So, Gayatri Dhyana is essentially by chanting the Gayatri Mantra. And Gayatri Mantra is a special mantra which was given to us by the great Vishwamitra Maharshi. There is a wonderful story in how Vishwamitra Maharshi got into this. And our Manya will be telling that story from the coming sessions. But let us today briefly understand, before we get into the dhyana, importance of the Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra. Mantra. First of all, what is a mantra? The word mantra means mananat trayate iti mantraha. That which protects us by remembering. How can something protect you? What does it mean to protect you? For example, let's say when you're hungry, and if you know how to cook some, say, chapati or some food, then that protects you from hunger. Or another example, let's say you have an exam, say math exam. When you have studied well, and if you are able to remember, and when you write the exam, that will give you good marks. So that has protected you. What has protected you? You preparing for it. So like that, the mantra here is Gayatri Mantra. So how does it protect you? Gayatri Mantra brings about an inner awakening. See, ultimately, whatever you understand in this life, whatever you have to learn in this life, based on your own aspirations, you have to understand using your own mind. And in the mind, you have to use your intelligence or the intellect to make decisions. So for example, if somebody comes and asks you, show me your right hand, you have to know which is your right hand. So you have to decide, isn't it? So where is it happening? In your mind. And the part of your mind that is responsible for that is called the intellect. And how does intellect operate? Intellect operates based on the information that you have. Like that, Gayatri Mantra brings about an awakening of your intellect towards what? Towards realizing your own divine nature. Most often, we think of ourselves, when we experience through our body and mind this world, we think of ourselves as a limited being. Oh, I am only this limited, small person. What can I do? And the world seems to be so big. Realizing your divine nature means realizing that you are not limited to this body and mind. Through this body and mind, you can do things which seem unimaginable, which seem supermanish to others. So that is the power that you get. When do you get that? When you realize the message of the great masters. And Gayatri Mantra brings about that inner awakening. Like in a Dhyana Shloka, we have learned. So even the one who cannot speak starts speaking. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langayate girim, yatkrupa tamaham vande, paramananda madhavam. So when the grace of Krishna is there, then even the one who cannot speak starts speaking. The one who cannot walk can even cross a mountain. So what does it mean? It means that you get that divine power inside. And when you get that divine power inside, and when your mind becomes peaceful, then you know what is the right step to take in any situation of life. So in that way, the realization of the jnana that is in Bhagavad Gita helps you to overcome any obstacle of your life. And Gayatri Mantra prepares you for that. All right? So with that much, does anyone have any question before we get into the actual practice? With whatever you heard till now, is there any question or anything that anybody wants to say?
No, Guruji.
All right. If there is no question, then let us get into the practice. All of you, please sit straight. Bring your feet together. Keep your palms comfortably on your thighs. Gently bend your head backwards. Close your eyes. From your inner eyes, keep your vision where you keep your kumkum or your vibhuti in between your two eyebrows. That is Agna Chakra, the place of higher intelligence. Now, what we will do is, let us chant Gayatri Mantra for 9 times. After that, let us be in silence for a few moments, followed by my instructions, and we will then take the next steps. Let us now start chanting Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonnah Prachodayat. Be in your natural silence. Notice how silent and serene your mind has become. This silent and serene state of the mind is a very important state. Let us use this for writing the most important messages for your life. See yourself as a happy, healthy, peaceful, courageous, truthful, wonderful being who brings out the best qualities from within and helps the others around to bring out their inner best. See your family members, mother, father, grandparents, brothers, sisters. See all of them happy, healthy, and peaceful. See your friends, neighbors, relatives, teachers, all the known people. See all of them happy, healthy, and peaceful. See all the people in the world, whether you know them or not. See all of them happy, healthy, and peaceful. Now see all the beings, birds, animals, plants, star, mountain, galaxies. See the entire existence happy, healthy, and peaceful. In this divine existence, once again, see yourself as a happy, healthy, peaceful, courageous, truthful, energetic, inspired, wonderful being who brings out the best qualities from within and helps the others around to bring out their inner best. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of your body. Become aware of your surroundings. Gently scrub your palms. Give warmth to your eyes. Offer your respects and gratitude to all the divine Atmajyotis who are here today. And gently open your eyes. Very nice. So before we move on to the next topic for today's class, any questions, anybody? Any particular questions or anything that you want to share? All right. If there are no questions and if there is nothing to share, let's take the next step. So let us learn the Bhagavad Gita Shloka today. Like I mentioned, Manya will be telling you the stories of Gayatri Japa from next session. So for today's session, let us first learn the next Gita Shloka. So far you've learned till Gita Shloka 2.25. Till 2.25. Till 2.25. Today let us learn the 2.27. So I request Aditya to help us with learning to chant and the meaning and the discussion.
Okay. First, let's chant the shloka. Can I have any volunteers to chant the shloka? Awesome. Vidisha, would you want to chant the shloka? I'll tell one line and you repeat, okay? Vidisha, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'll tell one line and then you repeat after me, okay? Okay. Hold your hands, close your eyes. Jaatasya hi.
Jaatasya hi.
Dhruvo mrityur.
Dhruvo mrityur.
Dhruvam janma.
Dhruvam janma.
Mritasya cha.
Mritasya cha.
Tasmad apariharye.
Tasmad apariharye.
Arthe.
Harye.
Arthe.
I cannot hear you.
Vidisha, you may want to turn off your video. Then at least your audio may come clearly. There is a lot of lag in your audio.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Is it now better?
Yeah, now it's much better. Let's take it from the second line. Tasmad apariharye arthe.
Tasmad apariharye rithe.
Na tvam
Natvam
shochitum arhasi.
shochitum arhasi.
Awesome. Can we do it? Let's do it another time. So from the top. Jaatasya hi.
Jaatasya hi.
Dhruvo mrityur.
Dhruvo mrityur.
Dhruvam janma.
Dhruvam janma.
Mritasya cha.
Mritasya cha.
Tasmad apariharye arthe.
Tasmad apariharye rithe.
Na tvam shochitum arhasi.
Na tvam shochitum arhasi.
Awesome. Thank you, Vidisha. Now I'll read out the meaning of the shloka. Basically, what Krishna is saying in the shloka is, death is certain for one who has been born, and rebirth is inevitable for one who has died. Therefore, you should not lament over the inevitable. So, let me explain the shloka with a simple example. We've all planted plants in our one day in our life, right? So that's the example I would like to represent the shloka. Let's say we plant a plant, it grows one day, it becomes a seedling, and then grows more, becomes a little bigger, and grows a little more, and then a little more, and then eventually grows into a beautiful big flower, just like the one on the screen. And then eventually, as we all know, the flower puts out a seed, and then this seed goes and then goes into the ground, and then becomes a plant like this yet again. So this cycle is repetitive. We put a plant and then grows bigger, 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 and then eventually into a flower again. But then one day this flower, eventually if we stop taking care of it and we let it to dry, or there's no sun around the plant, it becomes old and it becomes dry and slowly starts dying. Just like that, Sri Krishna is talking about the life of a person. Jaatasya hi dhruvo mrityur. Death is certain for one who has been born. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. And rebirth is inevitable for one who has died. Just like how the seed from the flower went into the ground and grew into a plant, into a flower and a plant yet again. That's how a person, once they die, they again are reborn. Tasmad apariharyathe natvam shochitu marhasi. Therefore, that's what the point of the shloka is we should not lament over the inevitable. Just like how we know when we plant a plant that eventually it's going to grow old and it's going to dry up and die. That's how we should not lament the death of a person, because that that is inevitable. Once a person is born, death is certain for that person. So that's what Sri Krishna is teaching us in the shloka. Death is inevitable and rebirth is also inevitable. And therefore, we should not lament the death of a person. Okay, can we have any show of hands if you have questions? Awesome. Okay, if no one has questions, we can go in around and share our understanding. Okay. Tejas, do you have a question?
No, I don't have a question. I just want to share my understanding.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
What I've learned is that death, like if you are born, there is 100% chance that you will die later on in life. And if you die, it's inevitable. You will always be reborn. And Sri Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna that he should not be sad about his relatives who are going to be die, who are going to die, because they'll be reborn as they'll take a rebirth as some other person. That's my understanding.
Awesome. Thank you, Tejas. That's really beautiful. Snigdha, would you like to go next and share your understanding?
Yeah. So I want to say that. So people.
Snigdha, your voice is not clear. Could you come closer to the mic?
Yeah. So it's possible for many people to die. Like people should die because they can't live for such a long time. Or if they do live, then like it'll be too heavy for the earth. So when people die, only that body will go, but their soul wouldn't. Their soul will move to another body and then they will be born again.
Right. Yeah. That was related to the previous shloka, but yeah, that is also true. Yeah.
So Krishna is telling to Arjuna that even if you kill your loved ones, they'll again be reborn. So there's no need to get confused or worry.
Yeah. True. Thank you, Snigdha.
Welcome.
Kirtana?
Yeah. What I understood is that like once one person
Kirtana,
is
your
born,
voice is also not clear. Could you speak a little louder?
now,
Yeah, now it's fine.
yeah, so what I understood is that once a person is born, he has to die, like it's inevitable. And
Yeah.
also once he dies, he has to be reborn again. So Krishna tells to Arjuna that you shouldn't worry that what if I kill my relatives like that, because it is inevitable and it cannot be prevented, like dying and getting reborn again.
Yeah. And therefore, you should not be sad for their death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kirtana. Pramukh?
Basically, this shloka says that death is the new beginning of a new life. And after many births and deaths, we have enough attained knowledge and we can go to the Krishna's heart. We can go to his abode and reside in his heart.
Yeah. That comes in another shloka, but that is also true. Thank you, Pramukh. Thank you. Vidisha?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your voice is clear.
Yeah, so what I understood from this shloka is that the one who will be born will die one day. So it's like whoever, even if you die, rebirth will take place. But on the other hand, you should not even be like, suppose you die, somebody dies, you should not even make fun of them that they died and all, because you're sure that they are going to have a rebirth. You should not be happy also about that. But even if you die, you're going to have a rebirth. That's all.
Yeah. More than making fun or being happy, it's how people are attached to the dead person, but how we should we should be able to move on from that dead person. Yeah?
Yes.
Awesome. Vyomeshwar, could you share your understanding?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hariom, so what I understood about this shloka is that once you come inside the earth, you need to be sure that you are going to leave this body at any point of time, and there's nothing like immortality. And and but your soul is immortal, only your body is mortal. So so because of this, you'll be taking birth once more into another body. So because if like somebody in your family dies, we should not be thinking like, oh, he died, how will he be, how can we be that, because it's inevitable. We need to carry on.
Yeah, perfect. Namit, would you share your understanding?
Yeah. So as the others told, so we because I am the Atma is eternal, and we don't need to be sad that this body is going to die, because the body is not me. That's why. So if it dies also, I am not dying. This body is dying. Means if we are wearing clothes, it's and it gets stolen. It's not that something has happened to me. Something has happened to the clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Namit. Thank you, everyone. That was really well spoken. Now the explanation is done. We'll be going to the next part.
Okay, so would like to add just one more point here about this shloka. Each one of you shared your understanding so nicely. So I want to give you an example. So imagine there's a drama happening. Okay, so let's imagine, that's a Ramayana drama. And let's say each one of you have been given a part. One of you may be Rama, one of you may be Sita, one of you may be Lakshmana, one of you may be Vishwamitra, one of you may be Hanumanta, like that. So many characters are there in Ramayana. So as long as you are playing the drama, you have to be in that particular costume, isn't it? So you have to be wearing whatever the costume that's been given to you. But after the drama is over, would you still continue to be in the same costume? No, you will go and change, isn't it? So like that, when you become aware of your true nature, you are not changing, you are not modifying, you are not dying. But the costume you are wearing, that is changing, that can change. So the one who realizes this can actually decide what costume he wants to wear, he or she wants to wear, because there is no he or she. So in a way, it is like Krishna. See, Krishna is said to be an avatara. Avatara means what? Someone who has deep realization that he is not the body, he is not the mind. However, he is using the body and the mind. Much like how when you have a car, you don't get confused that I am the car. You say that I have the car. Like that, Sri Krishna is born with complete awareness that he is not the body and the mind. So such a being is called as a Avatara Purusha. So an Avatara Purusha is totally at peace and is able to perform whatever that is necessary to be done in the world. So like that, each one of you, by realizing the message of the Bhagavad Gita, by bringing that in your life, you can also bring out the Krishna within you. Bringing out the Krishna within you means, like this shloka says, no need to be worried, no need to be lamenting, move on. So like that, change is the nature of this life. Does Vidisha have a question? All right. Because your hands are raised in the Zoom, that's why I was asking. Wonderful, very nice. So if there are no questions about this shloka, then let's end the contemplation of the shloka and let's move on to the next topic. Has Namit come prepared with any particular story for today?
No, sir. Manya was supposed to tell the story.
Okay, no issues. So she is not here today. She could not, because of some other emergency. So there are a couple of things that I wanted to ask all of you. One is, are all of you filling up the Prahlada Cup form? Are all of you filling up? the Google
Yes,
form
sir.
that do all of you
Should I also fill it?
feel free to, Namit. So when you participate in a class, when you take a live quiz, do all of you know here? Tejas, Kirtana, Snigdha.
I only filled it once, or I think only I didn't know we have to fill it after every class.
Because, okay, so let me just bring up that form. That way I can show you what it's supposed to be. Just give me a moment, please.
I think Vijayji, I filled it twice.
You filled it twice. You are supposed to fill it after every class. So, for example, the purpose of that form is for one is when you have when you attend a class, you need to fill. When you take a live quiz, you need to fill. Or when you complete any video presentation, if you're asked to, and if you have completed that, you need to fill. So like that, it is for filling for all the activities. And the one who has gained more number of points eventually will be getting the Prahlada Cup. And the Prahlada Cup will be awarded during the Gita Jayanti time. So this is the form all of you would have seen. You need to fill this out. So, for example, you just need to fill your mobile number, your short name, and then you don't have to necessarily fill your name every time, but your mobile number is mandatory. And you need to choose which of the activity that you completed. So each activity has a number of points. Okay. So like that, at the end of every class, this particular form will be shared every time. So you all need to please fill this up. All right. Okay. Very good. So this is one of the announcements that we wanted to make. The other announcement that we wanted to make is, do all of you know that there is a program called iLead in Light of the Self Foundation? How many of you know about iLead program? Can you please raise your hand? How many of you know? Okay. All right. So some of you know. Okay. So what is your current understanding? What is the iLead program about? Can each one of you briefly share? Starting with Tejas. What do you know about iLead
I'm
program?
not really sure what the iLead program is, but I saw it in that quiz.
You saw the name in quiz.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't know what iLead program is about. Okay, all right, no problem. How about Vyomesh? Does Vyomesh know what is iLead program about?
Sir, I remember what it is. So, iLead program is like a self-development program in which you learn Bhagavad Gita, bhajans, shlokas, and everything. By learning all of that, you become a better person in the future.
Okay, all right, excellent. How about Snigdha? What does Snigdha know?
So,
Can you come closer to the mic? You are not audible.
so by the name itself, iLead, we can say that we lead, like it'll teach us how to teach us leadership skills. It also teach some of Bhagavad Gita, shlokas, like how they teach us.
Okay.
And I guess I only know that tiny program.
You only know that much. Okay, all right. Very nice. Thank you, Snigdha. How about Pramukh? Pramukh, are you there? Okay, we are not able to hear Pramukh. How about Vidisha? Does Vidisha know what is iLead about? No. Okay, no problem. Let us listen to some of our veteran iLeaders. Okay, so we'll start with Kirtana.
Yes, Vijayji, like there are many iLead circles, so like bhajans and Bhagavad Gita and Katha-Jyoti, where they tell the stories, and like iLead Tech Circle, and there are many more circles. And like how I started iLead is by listening to the iLead modules. Like there were 4 modules, and I think I completed 2. So that basically they teach a lot of leadership skills, and they teach about God. Before I used to think that God is outside, but after I started with iLead, I know that God is inside me, and everything like death and birth is not like I used to feel very sad, but I now know that Atma doesn't die, and I've actually learned a lot from iLead, Vijayji.
Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Kirtana. Namit, what is your
Can you
understanding?
hear?
Sorry, who spoke?
This is Pramukh ji. Can you hear me?
Yes, Pramukh, please. Yeah, share your understanding.
iLead is like the central of all subjects. By the name, we can already know that it teaches us leadership skills. And also there are like iLead modules, which are like created by Prabhuji to share his experience about God, meaning that the self-realization of God, that God is in us, not outside, not in any idol, it's in us. That we are itself God, but we have to realize it first to get to know that.
Excellent. And that is
And
what you
so
think
many,
iLeader program is.
yes,
Wonderful. Thank you, Pramukh. Namit, what is your understanding?
Sir, iLead is as the name suggests, it's tomorrow's leaders today. It's about making a great personality, which with something schools and colleges don't teach us, and they make us better iLeaders. It's we are trained by professionals who have worked in top companies. There are, as others told, there are many circles in iLead to empower us and bring out the leadership skills. For example, Katha-Jyoti, it's about telling stories. Before and all, only Prabhuji, Purnimaji, and of course, you were telling stories. But now children are encouraged to tell more stories than adults, and so that we can bring out our leadership skills of telling the story in a nice way.
Very nice. Excellent. What about Aditya?
Yeah, like Kirtana and Namit and Pramukh said, I think iLead is like a lot about developing a side which is not taught in our school. Like in our school, we learned only academics, but in iLead, I feel like they teach us a lot about how to be a better person and how to like we get rid of our wrong understandings of the world. Like sometimes we think they like a random person is a random person and I am a different person, but iLead really teaches us that none of us are different and nothing is different. Like everything around us is the same. So that's one of the many things that we can learn from iLead. So things like that, which teaches us a lot and helps us to be better people and treat others better, I feel. And also it has many small other groups for people who are interested in different things. Like if you're interested in tech, there's the tech club, and if you're interested in chanting, there's a chanting club. So stuff like that.
Excellent. Very nice. Each one of you said it so well. So just to summarize, so now tell me, in life, your life, if you have to, all of you have aspirations, all of you have aim, right? Some of you may want to be doctor, some of you may want to be engineer, some of you may be astronaut, some of you, each one has so many ambition, so many different aspiration. Now, what is that blocks one for example, let's say if you want to be a good lawyer, okay, so what does a good lawyer need? A good lawyer needs to be able to speak in front of others. How? Confidently, clearly, isn't it? Now, for example, let's say there is a fear. Oh, if I speak in front of others and if I'm making a mistake, what will happen? Will they make fun of me? So there may be some such fear or hesitation in the mind. Like that, so many such so-called negative thoughts can pull us away in doing whatever we are supposed to do, whatever we can do. So, iLeader, one of the main aim is to bring out the leader within each one of you. See, there was a Mahabharata war, right? In the Mahabharata war, Arjuna was supposed to be a great archer. He was there. But even he had a trembling legs, shaky hands, a beating heart, and dry mouth. He wanted to run away. Why? Because he did not know how to face the situation. He got confused, isn't it? You all are learning that through the Bhagavad Gita. That is what he said to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, I don't know how to face this war. Please help me. But who, even in that situation, who was quite composed, equanimous, totally at peace? Sri Krishna. And that is why, even though somebody wanted to run away, he could very calmly handle the situation. Now, isn't that an important quality to develop within each one of us? So, iLeader helps to develop such qualities. So, the focus of iLeader program is to bring out the leader within each one. When you know how to lead yourself, meaning what? First of all, you need to know how to lead your own mind and body, isn't it? Then you'll be able to help somebody else who is also in trouble. If Sri Krishna himself was not at peace, how could he talk about peace to Arjuna? So first of all, Sri Krishna had to bring out the leadership within him. And then he could help Arjuna also to bring out his leadership. Like that, the iLeader program is designed to bring out the leader within you and to help you to bring out the leadership within others. So it's about 4 steps are there in iLeader. The module 1 is about values and culture. So you'll be learning like how our iLeader Kirtana. So many of you may know our Kirtana is the president of the speaker club, Jyoti. So there is a circle called as Jyoti, where you learn, where you practice how to be a better speaker. So like Kirtana, there are so many who are practicing how to be a good speaker. There is this Bhagavad Gita study circle is also one of the iLead circle. You have tech circle, you have chanting circle, you have dance circle. Today there are some 30 circles. So whatever area of interest you have, you can cultivate that. But the most important thing is you should know how to keep your mind under your control, how to manage your mind. And when can you do that? When you know about how to exist peacefully with everyone else. What is this world that I see? And what is about this world? And who am I really? And how do I work in this world? So that is the focus of the first module, which is the the value leadership, followed by self-leadership. How to bring about leadership within me? Only when you know about what you have. See, let's assume you want to drive a car. Just by sitting in the car, can you drive? No. You should know how to turn on the car. Just by turning on the car, can you drive? No. You should know how to steer the wheel, move the wheel, right? So you have to know how to manage the steering. Is that enough? No, you should know how the accelerator works, how the brake works, how the clutch works, how the gear works, and what is the signal to put for going right, what is the signal to put to go left. Then only you can confidently and clearly and safely drive the car, isn't it? Like that, only when you learn about your own mind and how to manage your own mind. See, somebody comes and says, you are a donkey. Then you become very angry. No, you call me a donkey, yeah? You buffalo. And then he says, you call me a buffalo, huh? You monkey. And then what the next you say? Both of you are fighting, dishum, dishum. So that is not going to help either of you, isn't it? So you should know how to calmly handle any situation. When somebody praises you or when somebody insults you. When can that happen? When you know about what is the source of your anger. Of course, in Bhagavad Gita, you'll be learning many of this. In the iLeader, you'll be learning these things in a dedicated and a focused way. So the value leadership is about putting the right values in your mind. Self-leadership is about knowing about your own self. Like how, the car, you have to know, you will know about your mind and body and how to handle that. Then you will be going into team leadership and followed by finally organization leadership. So this is the step-by-step journey. Okay. So now you can earn points by taking up iLeader program also. So we will be sharing one video per week in the group. And it's very simple videos. Each video has only about 8 to 10 minutes. All you have to do is just go through that video, and at the end of it, there is a quiz. You only have to answer the quiz. And after that, go and click the button in the RKA form. That way, you gain the points. Okay. So like that, there are different lessons. So starting from this week, we'll be publishing one lesson every week. And when you come to the next session, briefly for the first 5 minutes, we can discuss about the first lesson. Let's say if the first lesson is what we have published today. If you have any questions or if you have any thing to share from that lesson, you can share. So like that, from now onwards, every week, there'll be first 5 to 10 minutes about iLeader. Is this all clear? Does anyone have any question? Are you all interested and excited? Excellent. Very nice. Yeah. So starting from this week, it'll all be shared. And if you have any other questions, feel free to talk to any one of us. All right. Very nice. Then with that, it's already only 4 minutes. So we'll end our today's session with the ending prayers. I'll bring up the ending prayers. Does Kirtana feel comfortable in chanting the ending prayers? If they are on the screen?
Okay, Vijayji.
Excellent. Yeah. So then let us all close our eyes and fold our hands. And let us all repeat after Kirtana. So let Kirtana be saying, along with Kirtana, all of us can also be saying. Yes, Kirtana.
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya shanti shanti shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanam budu nanalla ideha manabuddhi nanalla sachidanandatma shivananunane shivoham शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अन्तर्ज्योतिः बहिर्ज्योतिः प्रत्यग्ज्योतिः परात्परा ज्योतिर्ज्योतिः स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिः शिवोऽस्म्यहम् आत्मदर्शनं ब्रह्मदर्शनं ब्रह्मदर्शनं सत्यदर्शनम् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम
Thank you very much, Kirtana. Thank you all the wonderful Balakrishnas and Vivekanandas. See you all next Monday. We'll be publishing the iLeader program. Please start taking that. Okay. Hari Om.
Sir.
Hari Om Vijay ji.
Hari Om. Hari Om.